hello. Gosh, I didn't even see it on there. I had it on mute, so I didn't hear the countdown. Anyways, folks, I'm Eminem. Thank you for coming to my channel. I appreciate you guys. If this is your first time being here, please consider subscribing. If you are returning, you know I love you guys and I appreciate you guys, each and every one. All right. I've already cleared this area in this space, but I just want to do it again. I am here going to talk about a very special case that we have began. Actually, I think I was the very first person to even report about her. But let me start with saying these are not facts. These are based on my opinion, my insight, and my guidance. Okay, folks? We are talking about Summer Wells. Okay? I was really hoping that we would have found her by now. Let me start by saying that I do feel that she will be found. I do feel that this will be solved. I feel that a lot of folks are going to be, well, I don't know, probably not shocked. I do want to say I will not be revealing some things. I'm just going to kind of go with the flow, and whatever I see that God wants me to say, then that's obviously what I'm going to say, okay? And be obedient to Him. I know that a few of you guys had complained that you couldn't hear me before, so I've got this little cheap mic. Hopefully it helps. Okay? So, hopefully it's close enough. Alright, if you're still with me and bearing with my slow here, if you're patient. Alright, folks, I just want to, I know that you think I'm just jabbering and killing time, but I'm not. If you know me, then you know exactly what I'm doing. Alright, let me get my notes here. Okay. So, I feel that I am spot on. I know there's been a lot of different things, a lot of different insights. I'm not on Facebook or social media, so don't even go there. But obviously, I have had a lot of requests for this, and I have to do an update. And I've stopped myself because I don't want to be part of those that become a hinder on the case, okay? So if there is anything that I feel that I need to report, y'all, I will do such, okay? Not that they would listen, but I would still attempt, okay? I do feel as if I would be very helpful, but I think with the circus that's already been around it, and everyone trying to say that we're out to make $1 or a penny or whatever it is that we make off this, someone like myself that has a very small channel, it isn't very much, folks. That's not why I do it. God knows. So I don't have to explain myself. I have had several people to message me and ask about certain things. So I try to write those down. If you haven't seen any other videos that I've done, please go back and watch them. With each one, something I have found that usually I'll say something just random, just out of nowhere, and I'm like, why in the world did I say that? Usually, those are the key words that are definitely something. Okay, it may mean, or we may think it means nothing at the time, but it's certainly something. Um, all right, I want to start with the whole Dockerfield thing. Oh, this is allegedly. Did I say that? In my opinion, my insight, my guidance, y'all. No facts. Okay, none. All right. I want to pull cards here in a minute, and I'll show you guys what I get. Um, there has been so much happening and so much go on since I last made a video. So I'm just kind of thinking of where I had left off on the video. So if I have missed something, or I don't know, I can always keep updating, and y'all just let me know, as well as some thoughts or questions that you guys have. I actually, let me pull up someone's text, and this person was very knowledgeable, very. Um, they may know who I'm talking about. They sent several photos that where I don't go on social media, where I don't watch certain things. I don't know what folks look like. So it really helps to have photos, okay? Especially for me to see their auras, their current colors, okay? It really, really helps. Um, I feel 100% that the parents know um, exactly what happened, who took her. I'm getting confirmation right now. Um, I don't feel as much. I don't know which video it was, but I'm going to tell you how I feel it went down. Is I most definitely feel that they, I almost feel like they joked around with it a lot just to see who would bite the bait, right? As in, we get rid of her for this or this or this, right? Um, I do feel that that's what they've done. That and until someone did bite, okay. I'm getting confirmation on that right now. I feel like the whole warehouse issue where everybody is talking about. Someone did in our live last night. The seriously the latest like or the last message someone had put. They had put something about someone owning a warehouse or something like that, and I think they might have been talking about the family friend that goes to church, and it's a female. I'm not certain, but I think that's what they were talking about. I don't know. But anyways, I feel like there was a meeting, okay? Um, I just don't. There might have been two, actually. I feel like there might have been two. I feel like they met. someone from online. Okay, something about online, definitely. But ultimately, I don't feel like that's where what happened. Okay, because I feel like that day, whenever they went, um, he went to work. I think he was going to probably go a half a day, is what I feel. I've always felt that from day one, from the first video I made. Um, because I see the boys with him. I'm not real sure why. I guess not to leave them by themselves. I don't know. Um, I'm getting confirmation on that. I feel like that wasn't the plan, how it went down. I feel that she probably wanted that last hoorah with her, that last get together, that let her have some fun, right? Actually, I feel like that's what they were doing um, prior to this. I feel like they were maybe spending extra time or taking them extra places or whatever it was. I feel like they were doing that because they knew exactly what was fixing to happen. Um, and I feel like what had happened, I feel like there was an accident the day they were supposed to do the train. Okay. And I feel like that's where the frustration comes in. I feel like that's where the it starts off by being really anxious and then it turns into anger and big anger, heavy anger. Almost like we see when when they get drinking and acting out. Um, Someone sent me a clip of a lady. Her name, well, let's say JS. Okay, lots of people have asked me about JS and how I feel about her. Um, I did actually watch a little clip. It wasn't very long. It was like 3 minutes, I think. Um, I feel like she speaks truth. Okay. Um, do I feel there's resentment? Yes. Do I feel that there's something? Okay. And you have to realize there's always his truth, her truth, and the real truth, right? But ultimately, I feel like this lady knows a lot, holds a lot of information that is very helpful. Um, I feel like she's not the only one that knows this information. There's going to be another neighbor to step forward. And if you guys remember from the first video, I've always said that a neighbor was going to step forward. And I even said it was going to be a female. And I feel I'm getting confirmation. I feel it's JS. Um, there's another neighbor that's going to be like, she's telling the truth. They did it, you know, in front of us too, or whatever it is that she's saying, all that she's saying. Um, I'm not real clear on what she's saying because like I said, I haven't watched but one video, but I don't have to watch it. I don't need to. Um, I do feel like Dawn probably at some point, which is probably not, and I don't know if she has said this or not, but I do feel as if he's probably made a pass or said something to make her um, knowledgeable of the fact that he would probably, hey, what's up, girl? Like he would go there. I don't feel like she would at all. I'm getting confirmation on that. Um, I do feel she's a mom because she's very nurturing. Um, I don't know. I guess everybody's saying that she's a little cray cray. Who isn't, right? We all can be. Um, when you start messing with emotions and that passion and it's ignited, whether it's in a good or bad way, it's emotions are going to be brought up. They're going to be out. So she's passionate when it comes to children. So with that being said, and her being nurturing and stuff, I feel that she is a good mom. I do feel she loves her children. That's for sure. If for some reason she happens to watch this and she knows who or I'm talking about, JS, I would love for you to contact me. Would love it. I could. It would be good if you could. I feel like if she watches this, I do feel like she probably would actually. Um, and I know you're probably, a little skeptic, and that's fine. But I'll prove you wrong. I'll. I'm confident. I'm not cocky. I'm confident. Um, with that being said, I feel like it would be good for you to contact me. Okay. So I believe her with what she says. Okay, you guys. When it comes to her knowledge of what went on, okay, there is a lot of bad beef there, a lot of property issues. I feel like a lot of people have property issues um, in that area. Now, when it comes to the churchgoer, that is a big part of the church. I don't know if a preacher's wife or the pastor's wife, not sure, are. I'm going to call them are. Got a lot to say about this. There's a lot of deception there. A lot. So much, you guys. Um, now, what I'm about to say, my insight, okay? My opinion, no facts. Probably would be somewhere if someone wasn't afraid to speak up. It's not that people are afraid to. Let me go back real quick with the other neighbor that's going to speak up, or even someone from the church speak up. It's not that they are in fear. I don't feel, but they see what a circus this is, and they don't want to put themselves out there. Even myself, putting what I see out there with this video, it's it makes you a target, just like it has JS. Okay, um, people, if they don't agree with you, then they'll slander you and put you down, right, for speaking your truth. Um, so it's not that they fear; it's the fact that they don't want to shame their name and shame their family. Okay, maybe they have children, so on and so forth. Um, Now back to R. This is this is a lot, you guys. Are you ready? You may want to sit down for this. And I'm saying this, you guys. If you watch my live last night, man, things were just so clear. And not that they're not always, but if they're not clear as day, then I'll tell you. Um, but you can tell when the energy is there, and you can just tell when you're like spot on, okay? So I know I'm spot on. I feel it, I'm hearing it, I see it, I'm spot on. So what am I spot on with? I know, I'm getting there. All right. It's a lot. I'm just trying to take me a breath. Anyways, all right. So how I'm seeing it is I'm not sure if there was some contract work or I feel like it's some sort of work, okay? That how this all began, this connection that I'm speaking of between Dawn and R, okay? I feel like, I don't know if he was hired or whatever, okay? Um, I feel that a lot of time was being spent, a lot of time was going up there to the church, this and that. Y'all, I feel like there was some feelings between those two. Um, I feel that there was a secret lover involved in this whole mess when it comes to the marriage of Dawn and Candace, and then I'm speaking of ours, so you guys just kind of put it together what I'm saying. Um, I feel that there's still feelings, especially on Dawn's part. I feel he's very sees her out of his league. Someone that he'll never have, someone that he desires more, like that would be the one for him to settle down probably, or maybe even change or get help or something, right? Um, I feel like that's why he insists on attending. I feel that even with the photos that I have seen of the family sleeping, but Dawn was very engaged, right? Um, I feel like that's a lot of reason why. Okay, I feel that it was almost as if they they speaking of his family kind of just played into what he was wanting because he would be able to play a pity card and y'all pray for me. Like I can literally hear pray for me. Look what I have to go through. Look what I have. Look what I'm married to. Um, I need prayers. So he was definitely playing that part. Um, and he plays parts really well. Really well. Let me get confirmation on that. So, if you've watched my other videos, I kept getting pregnancy, 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 right? Well, did you hear my window just pop? It's like confirmation. Okay. Anyways, I feel like that's probably why is because of, if I'm not mistaken, whenever Summer had went missing, she either had a baby or maybe was pregnant. Um, Not sure. You guys will probably know. I'm not saying that it's his. I mean, that's none of my business. Okay. Well, none of this is, but I'm trying to help. Okay. I don't really know how this falls into this case, but for whatever reason, it's very important, or I wouldn't have seen it. Okay. Especially as clear as what I have. I'm getting confirmation. So somehow it's linked, okay? Um, or perhaps I feel like they know more than what they're saying, maybe. But maybe they have said and it's just not been released, because I am seeing that information is not being revealed, okay, at this time. I feel like the authorities have a lot of information. Um, I feel that she would never, ever admit this, or even if they were, even if there was proof, I'm sure they would not, or say it was fake or something. I feel he's so protective. I feel he would stand up and he would step in front of a bus or a bullet or whatever for her before he would his own. Okay? That's how much I see how he feels. Um, Now, let's talk about the Dockerfield. I feel like Dr. Phil did not reveal his true insight. Okay? I feel like they know exactly how the whole, I don't know, I do feel like they were honest when they said that they feel like Candace knows more than Ron. But I feel like the reason why they picking up on that, because obviously I do feel like Candace does, okay? I feel like the accident or whatever it was that happened didn't quite go down like she had told Dawn, okay? Um, wow, I just heard Angel of Mercy. I don't have a pen. What's this? Okay, I took some notes last night. I write that down. I'm sorry, guys. I don't want to forget. Okay, I feel like see, I'm wanting to pick up on Jose right now. It's like he's saying it to me. I definitely feel that this was like a copycat crime. Okay, because I do feel that they were definitely involved in the one with the other family member, in my opinion. I wonder what she does. Does anybody know what R does for a living? Or is it just involved with the church? I would really like to know that. I'm seeing something, but I don't want to just throw it out there because I'm not sure. It's not clear enough. And that probably was not on. Now it is, though. So maybe you guys can hear me better. I don't know. I'm sorry if you guys couldn't hear me good. Let me grab my cards. The ones that I want. And move this. Give me a second, you guys. Okay, sorry about that. All right. We'll start with these. But I want to pull some tarot. Any details on what happened that Summer Wells with Dixie? Ooh, I got choked. On water, y'all. Oh. Anyway. Alright. What happened? Let's see. Okay. Ooh. All right. It says seek wise or spiritual leaders to help you find me. Okay. Killer kept a trophy for the victim. Now, on the bottom, which I'm going to leave in there, I'm going to show it to you guys. Okay. Property crime. Okay. Okay. We have a snake. Well, smoker was turned over. No, I'll show that again. I'll think about that. Neighbor. Woods. Affair. I didn't show that one either. Lies. Authorities have not got the right person. I have water on the bottom. I've got this in a house. I'm going to put it back in there. This one is sticking out. Okay, so I'm going to show it along with this next one. These two are sticking out, but I'm going to put them back in. So I just want to show what's hanging out. The truck one, and then life insurance or inheritance card is sticking out. Okay. I'm just going to around and give it that one. Okay. Let's connect it to the day that someone else missing. We have distractions. We have a river. But they're in a house again, folks. Someone near the crime scene saying something. I'm going to tell you, and I'm getting confirmation on this. I feel like a neighbor has an idea of where she may be. And perhaps they've not been asked the right questions. Perhaps they're afraid to be wrong. Re-question the time frame. And the life insurance and inheritance cards on the bottom again. Let's connect it to something. We have a train. On the bottom we have drugs. Yes. We have the fight. God, man, please. Connect it to something. Guilty. Will not be solved. Cold case. We have lost, that just got pulled out. Okay. You're missing evidence or clues or overlooking. We got enemy in someone's car or truck. And we have the serial killer on the bottom. Something coming out. Let me see if this is a trickster. I feel like this right here, 10, partner in crime. Okay, I'm going to show you these two, actually. I feel like this would come out because of that copycat, okay? I personally don't know how many you'd have to do to be considered this, okay? But I feel like that's why that came out. We do have the color tan, as in probably like tan car, or tan truck, or tan skin. We have partner in crime, accomplice, child or children. We have the earth element, okay? Let's go ahead and put these out real fast. And I'll tell you, I'll talk to you while I get this other deck out. I do feel like the one I mentioned earlier, that is also missing, I think, right? I'm not sure if anybody's heard from them. I'd love to know, to confirm this. I feel like I know what's happened. I won't say, but I do feel. So if it's been confirmed that someone knows where her friend is, please let me know. I do feel like they play a part in it, as well as a neighbor, as well as the person in jail. I feel like if they've not questioned that person, I feel like they should, because I feel like they would say a lot. Okay. This is Summer's disappearance films. I should just take the top one. Well, it's more than one, but Summer's disappearance. Okay. We have question again. Present. Essay. Perpetrator. Neglect. Fire element. Oh, there's one underneath neglect. Out of the county. Home. Young. And then there is one that flew. I have to be careful We have fire. That's so weird that I said be careful with that candle. And then that's fire. That's crazy. Okay. Let's who's on the bottom. Stop. Then on the bottom. Okay, I'm gonna stop there. We have blackmail on the bottom, or I just stopped. I don't know. If that ends up playing, it may mean something. May not. I don't know. I'm looking at these. Now, I made a Who deck. Let's look at those. And then we'll pull some tarot real quick. Because my son is waiting on me. Alright, this one and this one. Actually, I'll pull for both these. And then tarot. Alright, let me just see what comes out with this one. So, Serene Summers, case comes in. Serene Summers, case. Ooh. Okay. So, my finger was at red flags and then at money talks. Okay. And the ones that I fell out was suspect, protecting someone or their self, abductor is known, or the main people involved know who it is. False narrative, scared to talk, self-harm warning. Okay. Now, let's pull from these. And then we'll go to the hand real quick. What is surrounding? Smell roses. Face. Wow. I just broke it in half to shuffle. Goes straight to that basement. It's crazy. I'm also seeing a school or some sort of education. I'm not sure. One more time. What's surrounding centers? Just crazy. The first card that fell out, you guys, was the warehouse card. What's surrounding? water. Wow. A van or bus. We've got a cave here. We have in the city. For any of you guys that know where this warehouse is it in the city? Is there an arcade or like Just Jump or something near it? That's where the meeting was going to be. Actually, I think that's why am I seeing the board? Did they leave them there? And they were going to meet up? In a pond. See, I got the neighborhood of the victim here. In the city. Where's the pond? Where's the shuffle? See, I open up to start clear energy. It says victim's house or victim's home. And I just asked, where was her physical body currently? I opened up the house. I can't make this up. I feel like the warehouse and whatever I'm seeing at this playland, I don't know if the boys were waiting there. There's camera footage, you guys. I've seen it. Somebody has something on camera. Someone does. God, I hope that they. Someone's got something. Where's her physical body currently? Where is her physical body later? Where is it? Where is it? Mountains. Campground. Okay, let's see with my Who deck real quick. Jax, honey, just hold on a minute. I'm almost done, okay? Sexy paint on the bottom. And I'm sorry if I'm talking lower. It's just my son is waiting on me, and he don't need to hear all this. Okay. Let's do these other ones first. Who's involved with Summer's disappearance? I feel several need confirmation on that, or at least several new, or suspect what they done. Who's involved with Summer disappearing? Who's involved? We have piercings. Blonde hair. Stranger. Fat, thick, curvy, or chubby. Letters H-I-J. Ages 40 to 55. Wears glasses. Letters T-U-V. What's sticking out? Brown hair. What did I do? Person responsible for the disappearance of Summer. Person responsible for the disappearance of Summer. I open up to construction worker and electrician. Who's responsible? What do they do? What do they do? A contractor, electrician. Government agency, contractor. Alright. What do they do? Government worker just flew out. Businesswoman or man works out of town. I asked about R and what she does. I am seeing, and I don't know what significance it is, if any. I don't know if it's a CNA or a nurse, something in the medical field. I just wonder if she's in that. Let's pull some tarot real quick, and then I've got to go. And we'll do a time frame as well to when we can expect some sort of news. Okay. Which one should I use? Third mansion. Okay. What happened the day that Summer Wells went missing, please? What happened the day that Summer Wells went missing? What happened the day that Summer Wells went missing? Wait a minute. Look at me. All right, I'm almost done, Jax. All right, y'all. Okay, let me scoot up so you guys can see these cards. Now, I did who, what, when, where, why. Who, what, when, where, why. Okay, so we'll go ahead and do this. All right. On the who, we have the King of Swords, which is air, okay? Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini. This king has, there's the head. Took the head from someone there. Okay, so that's my who. What is Nine of Swords, and that is the anxious, can't sleep at night. What happened? In this card, when I see this card, I see someone that is peeling off their face. Someone doesn't recognize who they see in the mirror. Someone being two-faced. I'm seeing a shadow of someone in this mirror, actually. Can you guys see that? So that's what happened. Okay, someone two-faced. That could be her in the background there. Her spirit, perhaps. And it's eating him alive. Ooh. Okay. This is my win. My win. It is a 6. 6 of Swords. This is being recognized. This is going to calmer waters, getting out of the storm here. I'll look at that in a minute. Where? You guys, you're going to flip. This card can represent the church. It can represent a preacher, a teacher. You get confirmation. We got the Higher. Why? All right. But 2 cards that fell out. We have the 3 of Cups, which is celebration. Or like a get together, whether it's for good or bad. You know, it's for some sort of get together or celebration. Okay? But the 7 of Swords came out with it, which is my lie, steal, cheat, deceit, hiding something, keeping something hidden. Okay? Here, let me show that card. That came out with the 3 of Cups. Alright. On the bottom of the deck, for the overall energy, is no other than the Fool, which happens to be a man in a straitjacket that is in fear of all his mental demons, okay? That is haunting him. All right, folks. My son wants to go, so I'm going to call it a wrap for this time. I'm going to update and go into more details with what everybody has asked about. I think I gave a pretty good video so far. Y'all, if you have any questions, please let me know. If there's anything that you want me to look more into, please let me know. If for some reason you're watching JS, please contact me if you'd like. I'd really appreciate it. I guess that's it, you guys. Don't forget, this is my insight, my guidance, my opinion, no facts. Okay, y'all? Everybody love one another. Be good to one another. Let's uplift each other in prayer. Let's pray for her and let's pray for justice, okay? I'll see you next time. Bye.